Hello, my name is John Butler, and I'm doing my speech on the importance of involving our children and or younger siblings in recreational, arts, and music programs, and why we should not allow our educational institutions to cut these programs out of their lives. Due to our current economic status, budget cuts are becoming more frequent in our educational institutions. Schools are deciding to cut recreational, music, and or arts programs to save money. These programs are very important to our developing youth. Young children deserve the right to have recess and be involved in music and art programs. There are many benefits to keeping these programs. Recess, music, and art can help our youth in many ways. With our local educational programs looking to terminate these programs, we have to speak up and stop them from robbing our youth of their creative and playful lifestyles. We need to encourage our youth to become more active in recreational music and arts programs. We must take action to stop our educational programs from cutting these programs out of our school. First, I will explain why we are currently faced with this problem and why we need to act now to stop it. Secondly, I will explain the benefits of having recess, music, and art programs for our youth. I will explain why we need to keep the programs to keep our youth out of trouble, and how it will help them become more successful in school. Third, I will explain why our educational establishments should keep these programs and how it will help them achieve the goal that they want in the future. Many businesses and educational establishments are making budget cuts to save money. Unfortunately, this will have a negative effect on our educational establishments and the programs that they offer to our youth. These budget cuts are far from slight. They are attacking one of the most important areas of society. These budget cuts are going after our educational programs. The Indy Channel of February 20th, 2010 stated that the Monroe County Community School Corporations voted to trim $4.5 million from its budget, including the elimination of a beloved music program. The elementary strings program will be eliminated, unfortunately. Many of the vivacious violinists have been playing since 5th or 6th grade. To lose this is like taking out a part of my heart, said Jane Goker. Jeanette DeForge of the Republican Newsroom of August 1st, 2009, covered schools in Western Massachusetts that were forced to cut their arts programs. They talked to multiple teachers, principals, and superintendents. Azil Kavan, communications director, stated that 6 of the city's 52 schools have some form of arts programs. Cutting recreational and arts programs from our schools will have a negative effect on our kids in the long run. Yes, it will save us a few bucks, but should we put a price on the education of our children's youth? Children today need recess and arts and music programs in their lives. It stimulates their growing minds and bodies. Editor Denise Milner of Parenting.com explains, a recent multi-center study of more than 11,000 8 and 9-year-olds led by pediatric researchers at the Albert Einstein College of Medicine in New York showed that kids who had at least 15 minutes of recess a day behaved better in class. She also went to state that according to a study, author and developmental pediatrician Robin Barrows, their conduct will likely be better because after hours of concentration, they were able to give their exhausted brains a rest before going back to absorbing information. Ray Pica, children's physical activity specialist, explained that the physical activity feeds the brain. Thanks to advance in brains research, we now know that most of the brain is activated during physical activity, much more so than when doing seat work. Movement increases the capacity of blood vessels, allowing for the delivery of oxygen, water, and glucose to the brains, also known as brain food. This optimizes the brain's performance. Music is a major essential to our youth's lives. Cutting music programs away from the ability for the children to use their imaginations and build essential skills that will benefit them in the future. Tony McCullough of the National Music Booster Club stated that music education field and have observed that student involvement in school music has a positive impact on the areas of their lives. These educators will tell you that musical involvement improves a student's self-discipline, dexterity, coordination, self-esteem, thinking skills, listening skills, and creative abilities, and also personal expression. He also wanted to explain that there have been a number of studies done on the effect of music on academic development. It has been shown that high school music students have a higher grade point average than non-music students in the same school. At Mission Viejo High School in Southern California in 1981, their overall grade point average of music students was 3.59, and for non-music students, the overall grade point average was a 2.9. To ensure that our youth is receiving the best education that we can provide, we need to realize how important recess, music, and arts programs are to them in their developing minds. Our educational institutions need to see the results and facts of how recess, art, and music will benefit the lives of our young children and youth. We need to look into our areas of budget cuts. The purpose of school is to educate and enrich our lives. And if we continue to allow our schools to take these institutions if we allow these institutions to cut these programs out of our children's lives, we will soon fail, and we will also fail them. Thank you.